The plane carrying the body of Zimbabwe's former president Robert Mugabe, who died last week at the age of 95, landed on Wednesday at the Harare airport. "18 years ago, thousands of people died in the September 11 attacks in the United States. Even today, this dramatic day continues to count fatalities." Thundershot in Duangan, Team USA two-time world champions and three-time defending Olympic champions have been eliminated by France 89-79 on Wednesday in the World Cup quarterfinals. That's all for our top stories today. Stay tuned for more details in this newscast. The hero of the independence of the former British colony passed away last Friday in Singapore, where he had been coming regularly for treatment. His body will lie in state on Thursday and Friday to allow the public to pay their last respects. Mugabe's funeral is expected to take place on Sunday. "I have decided to convene at the end of this month a great national dialogue that will enable us to examine ways and means of responding to the deep aspirations of the people of the Northwest and Southwest, but also of all the other components of our nation," said President Biya in an address to the nation broadcast on the antennas of the Cameroonian National Radio and Television. The dialogue will be chaired by Prime Minister Joseph Dion Ngute and will bring together the various social components, including representatives of defense and security forces as well as those of armed groups, said President Biya. As a prelude to the meeting, whose venue has not been disclosed, the Prime Minister will lead broad consultation and delegations will meet with people from the diaspora, said Cameroonian President.
"As I know our English-speaking brothers, this dialogue will not succeed, since the leaders are not liberated. Really, I don't want it to be like that, but the way these guys are, the leaders can be in jail and they say there's dialogue."
In his speech, President Biya reiterated his offer of forgiveness to armed separatists who willingly laid down their arms, but promised to those who would refuse to undergo all the rigor of the law and face security and defense forces.
I think that today it is important that those who are in the bush to slow down, that they can lay down their arms to come to dialogue. Because the important thing is not just dialogue, it is that the actors in the English crisis may come for it.
Americans on Wednesday are marking the 18th anniversary of September 11, 2001, terrorist attacks that killed almost 3,000 people in New York, Virginia, and Pennsylvania. Hundreds of survivors and family members of those killed are gathering at Ground Zero, where the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center stood before two Al-Qaeda hijacked commercial flights brought them down. Vice President Mike Pence is attending ceremonies in Scottsville, Pennsylvania, near where United Airlines Flight 93 crashed after passengers took control from the terrorists who had hijacked the plane. 19 men affiliated with Al-Qaeda carried out the four hijackings. The deadliest attack on American soil since Pearl Harbor in 1941, the event of September 11 permanently changed Americans' perception of security and prompted then President George W. Bush to declare war on terrorism and invade Afghanistan. Memorials for those killed in attacks now stand at all three sites in New York, Virginia, and Pennsylvania. A new tower at the World Trade Center site took longer to construct, but now rises above Manhattan skyline as the tallest building in the United States.
Apple has unveiled new products including iPhones and Apple Watches at its annual launch event in Cupertino, California, USA on Tuesday. Apple announced that the selling price of iPhone 11 is $699 The iPhone 11 Pro is $999 and the iPhone 11 Pro Max is $1,900. The new models boast a faster chip, longer battery life, and more color options. Although the devices appear similar to the previous models, the biggest change comes for enhanced camera system. The triple camera design on the back includes an ultra-wide lens that can capture a panoramic view. The new cameras can also take what Apple described as the highest quality video on a smartphone. Industry analysts say that the new features in the camera are partly influenced because of pressure coming from Apple's competitors in China. The company also introduced Apple TV Plus, a new streaming service that could rival Netflix and Hulu, and Arcade, a new gaming service. Apple also rolled out the next generation Apple Watch Series 5, which starts at $399 and features a new always-on Retina display and a 7th generation iPad, which is priced at $329 and includes a bigger screen. Some industry analysts predict that the next year will be a big one to watch, as Apple, along with its global competitors, could be launching their first 5G smartphones. France and Team USA played even during the first quarter, but early turnovers and fouls were a problem. Kemba Walker, who has been manning during the tournament, struggled with the French ball pressure and had 3 turnovers in the first quarter. Donovan Mitchell got caught up in some individual play early, but he was the only player consistently hitting shots. His 15 points kept the US within 6 at the half. The most successful stretch for Team USA was when the bench was in the game and moving without the ball. They were playing better defensively as well, somewhat keeping Evan Fournier in check. Fournier was playing godlike basketball for France, destroying the American pick-and-roll defense. The combination of Fournier and Rudy Gobert was overwhelming at times for Team USA. This is the first failure in the official competition of a 100% NBA team since 2006. The French will face Argentina in the semi-finals on Friday in Beijing. The plane carrying the body of Zimbabwe's former president Robert Mugabe, who died last week at the age of 95, landed on Wednesday at the Harare airport. "18 years ago, thousands of people died in the September 11 attacks in the United States. Even today, this dramatic day continues to count fatalities." Thunder shot in Duangan, Team USA 2-time world champions and 3-time defending Olympic champions have been eliminated by France 89-79 on Wednesday in the World Cup quarterfinals. That's the end of our newscast of the day, but keep watching Gabon 24 for further news.